Oh my goodness, you guys. I've been waiting for this since whenever I ordered it, but it's the Griffin luxury quilted purse auto ship, I guess it's called on HSN. Super ready to play with it. I just got delivered like right now, so I just opened the box, but we'll check it out in just a minute. So I'll have that link in the description box. Those will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission for your purchase items to those links. As I was cleaning up my area here to show you those things, I have this gorgeous card I made yesterday or 2 days ago with the LGRS creative items, the new items that they launched in their spring collection, so keep an eye out for that video. I do not know when I'm going to launch these videos with you guys. There are so many new things that Diamond Presses bring to HSN. A lot of them are now available. I think this morning they released like 6 or 7 more items. Along with those things, there are things like glitter paste and tacky glue, which we will talk about whenever I go to make those videos. Screen print inks, things like this. And if you watch their Diamond Presses like sneak peek or what they're showing for the Today Special last night, yes, you'll have seen what the Today Special is about, and it is just stenciling and screen printing and just things like that. So definitely keep an eye out. I will, like I mentioned before, I think in another video I'll do a whole unboxing of that along with the extras, the extra inks and things like that that you can also pick up if you're interested in those things. I'll show those all in one video, and then I'll have videos obviously as tutorials playing with those. I was gonna make one video with everything, but I'm gonna make one video with everything that's kind of Today's Special involved, right? There's a glass mat that Diamond Press just brought out. I'll talk about that in the video, but unfortunately, like, I don't really use glass mats because otherwise it'll be a huge ring like this. Like, you can even see from my hands the way the shadow is. Okay, that would be a bright ring, so that's why I don't use them, but I do prefer glass mats. I mean, you can cut on them, you can clean them, and they're amazing. It's just for my video making, not greatest. So I'll show it to you guys. I don't know that it'll be in my videos, coming up. There are a couple different sizes of glass mats, so that is another option. There's a big guy and a little guy, so I'll show you guys those whenever that comes up. But just a lot, a lot of new dyes. It's just a lot going on, guys. I did pick up pretty much everything that HSN has released for Anna Griffin. I've already talked about it in a different video. I'll link all those things in the description box. I do want to say, if you picked up any of the compendiums, her card making compendiums, that's basically what I got. The slimline one, I got the square one, and then I got the larger compendium that's like for 5x7 or larger cards. I don't remember exactly the sizing on those right now. I think it was $89, but it's on sale for $74.90 something now, 95 I guess. So if you picked up any of those, they all drop between $5 and like $10 in pricing, or 10 and 20 or something like that. Either way, I already chatted online on HSN. I got my money back with the tax. So make sure if you did pick those up early, I know some of you guys did, they did change in price I think yesterday. So just make sure you get that price match. What else? Yeah, I think that's all I was going to mention. Okay, so let's get to it. So in this package is that auto ship. The initial one, of course, they're going to probably show it, I'm assuming, on March 7th, but it's available now. Like I said, HSN had to put it on their site, and then they took it off the site because I guess they weren't supposed to put it up so early. But I got in on it at that point. And then they had it on extended delivery, so either way, it is here, and I'm super happy to have it. I have another Anna Griffin purse set that, honestly, there's something wrong with the die, and I probably should have returned it, but I just kept it. And this was back in the day when, like, I think I was probably still using the Cuttlebug to cut it a few years ago, and there was just a dead spot right in the center. Like, she just could not get it, so maybe I should try it again with a different machine. I don't know. Whenever I did the review on that one years ago, it just was not working out great. But we are going to play with this today. I'm not just showing it. I'm going to use it, so we will get going on this. So let's check this out. Let me give you some measurements while we're looking at this guy. So it's a luxury quilted purse card dies, and as you can see, it makes a flat card. So it's basically like this when you open it up. There is like a junction here where it meets up, and then they decorated, the handle in the back and in the front and everything on this example. But I believe there's a way to make it look gusseted. See, like with this. So you can make it flat. You can also make it stand up, right? Which is really cute. So purse box, yes, which is what we'll do today. I mean, how cute is this one? Oh, I wanted to show you the follow-up auto ships because there are 3. I was mistaken. I said 2 because in the image it looked like there were 2. you know, I'm really grateful whenever you guys use links. It doesn't cost you any different. If you have coupons, you can still use your coupons. It's no different. All it is a method of getting to the HSN site, and the pricing and everything's the same. Anything that you know, log in, coupons, you can use them all. The price is the same, and I really, really super appreciate it. But if you were to use them and click over there, you'll see there's some images of the auto ships that are going to come up, and I believe it's like March, some other time in December, September, December, something like that. I'll grab my phone in just a minute. I'll show you guys. So here we have our pieces. I do want to give you measurements on the dies so you can know if it'll work in your system. And I'm looking at metal edge to metal edge because that's really what you want to know, right? 4 and just over a half. So 4 and like 9/16 inches by 5 1/4. That's the largest guy. Okay, so hopefully you have a machine that works with that. So we have the outer, we have the inlay that makes that gorgeous shape there, or style, should I say. The handles, so there's a background, and then like the daintier part, and then we have a gusset. You know, if you're making the purse box, the base for that, or if you just want to make it a card, you have this piece that will make it hold together in a flap. So very easy to put that together, it seems. And then I got this is an auto ship, but I think this is available on HSN site already, to be honest. It looked like it was. So this is the metallic cardstock auto ship that she came out with, Anna came out with, I think, I want to say last time they were there. And or maybe 2 months ago. Either way, this is the pastel matte foil cardstock auto ship, but I believe this is already available on HSN because I saw it and I thought, aren't I getting that in the auto ship? I feel like it came out on the site before they even sent it. So yeah, so we have our papers here, 6 by 8s and 4 1/4 by 9 1/2, and it's 6 colors, 12 sheets per color. And I was thinking, since this is here, maybe we should use this for our project, but we'll see. I really like the look of the black. But let's open this up so we can see the colors that are in here. I believe they always have gold because, I mean, we always use the gold, right? I'm going to tear that. So we have this beautiful blue. It's very light. I think in the camera it even looks a little bit darker than it does look like in real life. Maybe like a rose gold or coppery. I would say rose gold. And then this is a very yellow, greenish kind of gold, right? Do you see that compared to like her regular gold? It has a little green tone, but not super green, but it's green. Very light green. That gorgeous violet kind of purple color, the very pink, and then her typical gold. And actually it looks a little yellower to me than typical gold, but I think it's the typical one. I don't know, something about it looks a little different. And then it'd be the same in the 6 by 8s. So let me think about what I want to do. I'm going to grab some papers or whatever it might be for this project, and I'll be right back. So, you know me, as I'm looking at this, I thought for the purse box or, you know, gift box, it's not, unless you rip it open, do you see how pitched it is here? Like how tight it comes in? It's going to seal all the way to the tippy top. Now, I assume you can, you know, put maybe some Velcro or something else, maybe just a couple little dots, like smaller Velcro, like micro little dots, just so that you can open it still. But I think I'm just going to do something different. You know, I always just follow the example, or not the example, but like the instructions, especially on a video like this, because I'll have people saying, well, it came out this way because you didn't follow the instructions, or she did it this way. And you know, I don't know. Right now, no one did it anyway other than on here because they haven't presented it yet, right? So I just think I don't want it that closed. I mean, yeah, you can pop like these little things in there. It just looks like something cute, but it doesn't seem functional, right? It looks like they just put these things in here to decorate. Maybe a gift card, it might slide in there, and then you still have to rip it open, right? So what I'm gonna do, and I think it's just gonna be easy, is just cut this down here. That way it'll still kind of be open. I don't know. Or we can make our own, right? We can make our, or, you can even use this bottom piece on the side instead, and it'll be more like a box. I'll show you a few different ways of doing that, but I was just going to cut this because I do like the way it comes in. I think that's cute, right? The stylized look of that, but then how are you going to fit anything in there? So we'll play with that when we get there. This is going to be super easy, you guys. I mean, you know, different papers. I just picked out some paper from, this is like my favorite paper right now, Die Cuts with a View preserved paper. And I'm gonna use this side, and basically those are for our backgrounds. So I'm gonna need 2 of these, right, for our box. I'll show you what it looks like if it was a card. It'd be the same thing, just flat instead of hinged, right? Instead of like this guy. So we need 2 of these. So I'm gonna cut 2 of those. And for my side pieces, I think I'll cut from this paper too. It's gonna be showing. So I'll probably cut also 2 of these, right? So we need 2 and 2. We do need this inlay and we need the handles, right? And the base. So, you know, if you just want to use regular paper for the base or if you want to keep using your pretty papers, so I'll probably just cut 1 base from this guy also. And then we need the inlay. So what I'm going to do is probably, let's do this new paper I got. What about this pink? Sorry guys, it's probably right in your ear because I'm right close to my, right here. Like, what complements this, you know? I'm thinking that pink on pink. Gold is also lovely. Let's do this, the pink one. And I'll probably need 2 pieces. I don't know that I can get both of them on here. Yeah, probably not. So with that one, oh my goodness. You guys, I'm so sorry. That was really loud. We're gonna do this. So whenever you run this through, you're gonna put your inlay in there and you're gonna put some tape because you do not want your inlay moving around, of course, and getting under the other die because it's not great. 2 pieces of metal on top of each other and all that. So I would tape with whatever washi, whatever kind of tape you like. I am gonna have to grab another piece. So I'll have 2 of those when I come back. And then our handle, I don't know that I'm using the same paper. Let's, oh, you know what, I can accent. Well, let's just, let's go with like a creamy color. I was just gonna use something, I don't think I have enough of that one. Hold on. Do I? Oh, maybe I do. Okay. This is just like an off-white, but it's a little bit darker. So I'm gonna use that. Ooh, what about a saddle color, right? Like purses would use like that saddle leather. But either way, I'm gonna cut out 2 of these. This does have its own edge, so this cuts out on its own, okay? So you don't have to inlay it. This does its own thing. I'm gonna cut this also from the pink paper, and unfortunately, they don't quite fit. Let me see, maybe, oh yeah, maybe I can get at least the handles from this one piece, and then, you know what I'm saying? Oh, maybe even this way. No, that wouldn't work. I was gonna say because then I could lower one, but either way, from each one, I'll need 2 of these too. So when I come back, I'll have all these things cut. A lot of times I don't show the die cutting because, to be honest, not everybody has the same machine, and it's gonna be a waste of your time if I'm like, and then this and this and that, and showing you how to use whatever machine that you may not have. So whatever your machine needs, do that. This does have embossing, so a lot of times I'll probably run this through my spellbinders. The pressure is enough that it does get the embossing, but since this is, I don't think this is really one of those 3D type emboss fold dies that Anna makes, so I have a feeling I might have to run it through the rubber mat, but we'll see. You know, it just depends on how that looks to me. If it looks good, great. If it doesn't look too good, then I'll run it through with the rubber mat. Whatever it is that your machine needs, right? So I will be right back. A little bit of embossing, but again, like I said, this isn't really your 3D emboss type things. This is where it's old school embossing, right? So I will run it back through. Do your things get stuck on your plate sometimes? Like they get so etched in? Sorry, that probably sounds horrible. Because I have so many fun things to get to. Okay, as you can see, yeah, not great. So what I normally do is I'll pop this back in here and hope and pray it does not move, and then I'll run it through with the rubber mat. So I just try to make sure everything's pretty much in the same spot. Yeah, and then just whatever your machine needs for that rubber mat. If you're doing the Empress and you like to cut into your magnetic plate, that's up to you. I think it tears it up, and I just don't like doing that. So anyway, I'll be back this time, and I can see already just looking at the back that that's pretty good. There they are, all the little lines. Okay, I'll do it again for the second one. I will show you what I did with the handle, because it is kind of a dainty handle, this area here, and I didn't want to like do the rubber mat and all that kind of stuff. I just ran it through the marquee with an extra piece of paper, and that gave me the really nice embossing. Again, with the marquee you can run foam, and then that foam will also help puff up, but just this is some extra heavyweight paper that is now wanting to be one with my die cut. So let me pick that off. And that's how I did that one. The other one I did run back through with the rubber mat. And that's just because I'm using machines. And even if I was using the Empress, I would still do the rubber mat because that's just what I prefer. Again, just staying away from the other thing. And I gotta take this one off of this guy. And I think those are all the pieces that we need. Of course, you're going to decorate it however you like, and then we're going to talk about making it into a box. So let me clean up a little bit, put my dies away, and we'll get it all together. We have handles. We have the base and the toppers. We have 2 two front and backs, and I think they're about the same as far as, I don't think they're like, they're just a rounded rectangle, you know. And then for me, I think this is the top of the purse, right? Let's see, actually, that's the bottom, see? They're using it as a buckle down here. Now, anytime you see this, like where there's a different color, they fussy cut that. So I am not a huge fussy cutter or a huge fan of it, like this here with the kind of greenish handle. Again, these colors are literally the colors that are in that pastel, metallic pastel paper pack. They cut that. I don't know if you can see, it's kind of rounded. And then they decorate the front and the back of each handle. Now, I'm just doing the front because that's just what I'm doing, but if you want to go ahead and decorate, as you can see, they did the front and the back of each handle, so when you open the card, it looks nice, you know, both ways. Over here, they're not really showing it that way in the instructions, but you know, it's whatever you want. So with the box assembly, we're just gonna put this together. So let's see, again, this is the base, the bottom part, so we'll do that with both of these guys. And I'm just going to glue them down. Now, of course, you know, with Anna Griffin, you can pop this up and it's going to look amazing if you want that extra bit of dimension. I just put dimensionals all along here, you know. This guy really wanted to curl up on me. What is that piece? He just does not want to go anywhere. I am going to use a wet glue, but again, I always get rid of the excess just because I'm using a metallic paper, more of a special paper. Sometimes that wet glue will come through to the other side as far as making itself known that it was there. It kind of buckles the paper sometimes, so just be careful. And I'm putting it on every little strip because it is so kind of buckled and curved. And I didn't put too much glue, so I think we're going to be okay if I just go right to my project. And I'm just going to line these guys up and stick them down like that. And I'm not going to sit here with my hand on this forever, so what I'm going to do is I usually take like a marquee folder, a flatter one. Those are brand new, a big guy. Oh, that one's really big, but either way, I'll put it like on top of here like this, and then I'll put like my machine on top, or like my Platinum 6 on top, or whatever, just to help me keep that flat. There's that. We have this guy. I'll do the same thing with this other piece, right? And then our handles, again, I'm just going to glue them down and try not to use too much glue. And if I end up putting too much glue, what I usually do is I'll just kind of take this and dab it on the back of my hand just to get rid of the little excess. And I'll pop it on this guy, nice and centered. Okay. Obviously I'm working on this in the air, so I'm going to put this on my surface and just hold that down. And I'll be back. So I just have machines on top of purse parts here. Alright. You know, I was like, oh, I'm going to decorate with some flowers or something, you know, after we put it together. And I just realized I got that Anna Griffin window box pop-up kit. And it has some really cool stuff in there, and actually some of it's kind of angular that kind of works out with this, so we'll see. I'll show you what I mean in just a minute. So we have our front and back, basically the same thing. If you were making the card, you know, I'm going to pop these up though with the one that I choose for the front. I think, which one looks nicer? I want to pick obviously the one that I think looks best, probably this one in the front, and I think I'm going to hold these down with some dimensional adhesives. So I'm just going to pop these guys on here, and actually also with the handles, which one looks better? The other one looks better. I'm going to pop that on there and on here. Of course, you can do this with your card also. Maybe we should wait till after we put it together. I don't know. But let's put those guys right there. How cute. My little handles. That looks pretty good. Okay. And then the one in the back, of course, like I said, I generally follow the instructions, so let me go back and see. It's just saying to create the purse box, cut and emboss another set as in step 1 for the purse card, and go with 2 through 4, which is basically that. Put your handles, stick them on. So, oh, and she is using foam adhesive to the bottom of the handles to give them some texture, some dimension, which is really nice. And the next thing you would do is just flatten those out. So with this guy, I'm going to just stick it down since it's in the back. Actually, with this one, we were making a box, aren't we? Okay, well, let's go ahead and make this one pop up too. If I was making a card, I would just stick it down flat. And of course that's a personal preference, and everyone does what they want according to their personal preferences. And the other thing we can do is make sure that these are about the same. Let me just see about that. This one comes up a little bit higher. And honestly, if you're making a card, maybe you want to stick the handles on afterwards. That way you're exactly the same. So when you're making a card, you want them to be basically the same, right? So it's nice and flat. And see, right now they're a little bit off, but you can't tell because I'm making a box. But so that would be your card, and then you would just take this piece right here. This guy, you would have cut that, right? This one piece, and just, you know, put your adhesive, score it in the middle, put your adhesive, and then just glue it together. And they're showing to glue it together on the inside. So it's going to be obvious, right? That junction. So just so you have that info, you will be able to see that there. Okay, so with this one, they're saying, this is our front and back. They pretty much look the same. We're going to take this piece, and I'm going to score it first because that's just what I like to do. And I always like to use a wet adhesive just because, in my opinion, it holds up better over time. Now, you can take this same piece, because we're going to stick this together down here, and put it on the sides. I would cut it down, obviously, because you can see it sticks out. And you'll have a box that's the same width on the sides and at the base, and then you can definitely put things in it, right? It's like a little basket at that point, and it looks like it's about 1.5 inches wide. But I'm gonna go for, you know, the instruction here. So what I can do is just kind of flatten that out again. Put glue right to the ends, which is what I always do for something like this. Just let those ends meet up really nicely. And the bag is rounded at the base, right? You see this little notching, it is rounded. So I'm gonna hold it there, and then I'm gonna turn it over and see kind of what we're looking at, because it being round, it's kind of interesting. I'm a little higher up than I would like to be. And guess what? You kind of have to be there. If you bring it down lower, this piece of paper is gonna be sticking out. You know what I'm saying? Past that curve. So I'm a little bit above the very edge of the base there. And all we're doing is going to stick this down on the other side. And I'm going to try to do it pretty much the same way, right? So I'm looking left and right. And I'm going to check it out though before I really stick it down. Yeah, see, this one's a little bit higher up, so let's bring it down. And so basically they're the same. All I want you to see is that if you bring this paper all the way down, it's going to be sticking out past this corner. So I'm right where we clear that corner. Hopefully you can see what I mean on both sides. Very cute. And then we're supposed to add these guys in. And when you add these guys in, you are definitely going to stick this whole thing together. So there are score lines at the very base. You know what's interesting? A lot of times the Griffin dies, they have edges, like this one scores much more easily. This one's being funny. But it needs to be there. Her dies have like score lines, but then right near it might have the edge of the actual die, and then both of those things get scored on your paper, so sometimes it's harder to tell where you're supposed to be scoring than others. But there we go. So again, we are now supposed to glue this right here at the base, right, in this middle part, and then bring these guys up and glue it together. The only thing is when you do that, this is going to be completely tight like that. If you glue it, right? And then you can slide something in here and the person's gonna have to rip it open, or like I said, maybe use some Velcro or something like that. So what I'm going to do, and I'm just eyeballing this, is cut it. That way you can at least maybe still put some fun things in there. I don't know. Maybe we should cut them so that they're the same. So let me take this one and this one. And I mean, how high up? I'm literally eyeballing this. I have no idea. Let's just say here and see how well that will stay open. So that brings it together, and it'll bring it together, and then it still has some openings so you can actually put something in here. That's where I'm at. So I can tell you this thing is, ooh, almost 3 inches. So I would say about 3 inches, you know, from this tab base to where I cut it. And I'm doing that just because I don't want to seal my bag completely shut. But again, you can, I'm sure you'll figure something else out. And I'm not going to do anything funky with these little tabs other than just glue them down. And so maybe I should do this bottom tab first, huh? I put glue all over. And I don't have to right now. So let's put that right on the edge and make sure we're centered. And I'll look on the other side just to make sure it looks good. Pretty good. There we go. Okay. Same thing with this side. I'm going to go ahead and put my glue. I know it's a little early, but it's easier. Well, I guess you can glue that one base tab down and then put the glue on. And I'll bring this guy over here, again right on that base. I can see I'm around the edge. That's funny. I do like that you have the option of doing it a couple different ways, and honestly these dies are really versatile. I mean, you can use it for other stuff, or like that hinge die, very good. And so I'm gonna bring this in and just kind of holding it where I think it needs to be, right on the edge there, right on the edge there. This one too. And I'm just gonna hold it, guys. As I'm holding it, I'll let it kind of hold on, and then I'll kind of massage a little bit, you know, whatever I need to. But that's what I'm doing. So hopefully you can kind of see what's going on there. And once I think it's kind of holding on, I might let it go and just make sure that everything's holding on where it needs to be. Like this tab, I can see he's giving me trouble. So I'm gonna hold it right there. And after I feel like we have some sturdiness, I'll come in with like a bone folder or something like that. Just kind of make sure they are making contact, the tabs, with the paper. I can see this one is the one that's giving me trouble. So let's turn that over and make sure that's touching. Very good. All right. I'll be back. Becoming more and more sturdy, we can start decorating, and look at that. So now, I mean, you can actually put something in there and the person doesn't have to completely rip it to get whatever is in there out. Let me show you. The project is 5 inches wide, and again about 1.5 inches deep. We talked about that earlier, and from there it kind of goes in. Now if you left that whole tab, it would just be sealed all the way to the top, so you know, again, I mean, you can cut it down lower. I think I probably would use this again on the sides just to make like a, it just depends, I guess, what you're putting in there. It looks more stylized with this cute little gusset, but you know, whatever it is you want to do. Okay, so we have our little purse. I might readjust my handles now that I'm looking at it. And in here, I just have some fun things. I was just noticing, I was like, oh, what do I have in here? Since it was sitting out from my haul yesterday. And we have sentiments. These are pretty big. We have other sentiments like in here. And I'm thinking probably using one of these guys because I like the shape. And we have like happy birthday in here. I'm thinking of you. Like happy birthday I think is a good one, right? For a gift. Okay, let's pretend. Well, not about pretend. Boy, you're going to use those. And check this out. These guys, I thought it was very interesting because a lot of these, oh, there's also the butterfly or bees. You know, I'm saying they're like very angular, that you can totally use it there, or maybe even across here. That might help us. I like that. I mean, look at this guy. Would be lovely just in here somewhere. So I'm like, oh, that's interesting that these kind of worked out for that. And then there's flowers. They're mostly flat flowers, it looks like. So I'm going to dig through these flowers and see what I would like to add to help decorate my little purse, and that'll be it. So I'll be right back. I think something like this. Now I know this is a sticker, but I'm still going to use wet glue just because, I don't know, I feel like it'll hold it down better. And then I'm going to build up from there. Actually, I'm not even sure if that's a sticker. Let's put this like right in here. I'm definitely going to pop this up on some dimensionals, so I'll do that, and then we'll kind of play around with the other pieces, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I think this one I'm also just going to glue down. And kind of echoing what I have here, but just with color, you know. And then we have this guy. Is it raining again? Oh my goodness. I'm so done with the rain, you guys. Let's see, we'll pop this guy in here somewhere like that. I haven't quite pushed it down yet. I'm not even centering it. I'm kind of just doing what I feel like doing. And then this guy will go under there. And I'll also stick it down. Maybe we'll do a little zhuzh. I don't know. Before I push that down. Yeah, so let me hold these things down because, again, this is very slick surface, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so I cleaned up, and there is my little purse box, made really easily. Again, made more functional. Of course, I'm not pulling it open right now, but if you were putting a gift card or little candies in there, it definitely would work. Oh, all kinds of cute things. I was just like, oh, maybe some socks, some gloves, little handkerchief. Oh, that would be so cute. I actually have handkerchiefs that I bought for something like this, so you can tuck them in there. Maybe I'll do that for the pictures. And then I have this little bow, and I don't think it super matches, but it's pretty cute. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue this down. And this is just a wet glue, and I probably should use hot glue, but I just kind of want to show you guys what that might look like. So I'm gonna hold that down there, and that's it, guys. So hopefully, I did make a few changes, and you hopefully understand what I'm trying to convey with those changes, right? So you can actually put something in instead of it being ripped open. The card is, of course, super easy. You just hinge it and you have your card. But all right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll have images coming up. I'll have the links in the description box, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye now.